Hey, boys and girls, it's Mac Comer here, Knoxville, Tennessee's Dean of Fun, and today I'm going to read you a book titled Then and Now, written by Tracy Sato and illustrated by Ute Simon. Now, this book talks about things that maybe happened in the past and then compare them with maybe what's going on now in the present. So let's go ahead and jump right in this book and get started. Then, think about some of your favorite toys. Children in the past played with cars molded out of metal. They moved their cars by hand. Now, right here, now children can play with remote controlled cars. That's pretty cool. But you know what? They still play with toy cars that they have to move by hand too. So you can have the best of both worlds. Then, construction sets have been a favorite of children for many years. One set had small wooden logs that could be stacked to make cabins and buildings, like the one you see in this picture. Now, today's construction kits have pieces that fit together and wheels or gears that allow for movement. Sometimes motors are included to make machines that can move on their own. You know what? Even cooler, now you can play with these things that have gears, but you can still also play with the Lincoln logs that are in this picture right here. So once again, we get the best of both worlds nowadays. All right, then. Games like hopscotch have been popular for a long time. Children would toss a small rock on a grid drawn in chalk, and each player tried to hop in the squares without stumbling. Well, now, boys and girls today play on the playground equipment with many different activity areas. Some structures even have climbing walls and zip lines. I would love to see those structures. All right, then, what were schools like long ago? Do you know? Children of all ages sat next to each other on benches. They practiced lessons by repeating words out loud, and that could be noisy. Now, well, in schools today, children can listen to stories at like a listening center. They wear headphones so the noise doesn't bother anyone else. Other children can listen at the same time, just like these kids are both sharing this one. It looks like maybe a CD player. If you don't know what that is, it's like an MP3 player, but you have to actually put something into it. Anyways, they're looking at a book that's being read to them, and they both have their own sets of headphones. Then, in the past, students exchanged letters with children at other schools. They were called pen pals. It was a fun way for children to learn about life in other places. Now, well, today in some classrooms, they have computers with webcams, just like you see my webcam as I'm reading this book. These small cameras let children see each other on the computer monitor as they talk into a microphone. They can see and talk to someone miles away. So I could be on one side of the world talking to somebody else on the other side of the world, and we can communicate because we have little cameras built in. Now, I still encourage finding a pen pal or writing letters sometime because it's still so much fun to open your mailbox and find a letter from somebody special, or maybe even somebody you don't know at all. Who knows? Then, long ago, children rode home from school in a buggy. A horse pulled the buggy along a bumpy road. Woo, that's probably a smelly ride and a bumpy ride. Well, now, today, children get home from school in many different ways. Some ride the bus, some ride in cars, and others walk. Can you think of any other way that a child could get to and from school? I know. What about riding a bike or a skateboard or rollerblading or riding in a golf cart? I don't know. If you're lucky enough to have a golf cart, you could, I guess, always ride in a golf cart to school. Oh, or a motorcycle. There's so many different ways. All right, then. People have been using telephones for many years. Early phones had no buttons or dials. An operator had to connect the calls by plugging in different wires. So you'd be like, ring, ring, ring. Officer, or I'm sorry, not officer, operator. Yes, operator, I'm trying to call my granny. One moment, please. Finally, it would get to your granny. It would take a long time, though. Well, now, cell phones can be carried anywhere in a pocket or a bag. No wires are needed, and people can make calls from anywhere as long as you're not in a place that doesn't have service. But most places have service. You're good to go. No more of that, hey, operator, will you call my mommy? I'm sad. Nope, you just call your mommy and say, Mommy, I'm sad. Or happy. Then, home life was different in the past too. People once did their laundry by scrubbing wet clothes on a washboard in large tubs. And they would hang the clothes outside on clotheslines to dry. Well, now, washers and dryers make doing laundry easier for families today. These machines also make the job go much faster. And you know those washboards we used to use to wash clothes with? Well, now people use them as instruments. And they go scrub, 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 scrub. It's a cool rhythmic instrument that you can find in a lot of Appalachian music. I would suggest you checking it out sometimes. It sounds very cool. Then, phonographs were a popular way to play music. A large vinyl disc called a record was played by setting a needle in its tiny grooves. And we go around and around and around. Well, now music players have been transformed since the phonograph. Now you can use a computer to download songs to your personal music player. You can carry your favorite songs with you. Not only can we listen to music on our phones, but we can listen to music on our computers, on our TVs now. If you're old school and you still have a CD player, you can listen to a CD. And you know what? Phonographs, or AKA record players, are making a comeback. People are buying vinyl in 2020. So it's making a comeback for all you cool hipsters out there. Then, newspapers have provided up-to-date information to people for many years. They may also tell about events and things to buy or sell, and include puzzles and comic strips. Now, while newspapers are still widely read, news can be accessed almost instantly from the internet using a computer. News can be posted on the internet minutes after it happens. Update. You can also access it on your phone. I think when this book was written, they didn't know that. Or, I don't know, maybe the iPhone 12 wasn't around. Who knows? But anyways, you can literally get your news from anywhere nowadays. Back in the old school days, you got your news from a newspaper in the morning. You read it, and that was it. Then, in many homes, families would gather around the radio in the living room after dinner. They would listen to adventure stories, funny skits, and mysteries. Well, now, families may gather after dinner today, but now they watch television shows or movies. If you're in my house, there's no TV after dinner. But if you're in the Comer household, after dinner, we read books. And I love to tell stories to my kids. So maybe I'm like a human radio. Then and now. Now, as they did in the past, people today enjoy reading books. They can read books for fun and to learn things. Many things have changed, but some things will always stay the same. And I am a kindergarten teacher, in an elementary school, and we love to read books. We read books like hardcover books. We read magazines, comics, and we also read books on tablets and computers. Anyways, it's something I strongly encourage you to do at home as well. So anyways, that's the end of our story for today. I hope you had so much fun learning about things that happened long ago and things that are happening now. And some things that are happening both long ago and now together. All right. Well, I hope you had as much fun reading with me as I had with you. Until next time, boys and girls, I'll see you later. Bye.